Good afternoon. My name is Małgorzata Kurzępa. I'm a founder and director of Fairhouse Investments, the company which invests in properties in UK for over 8 years and 10 years altogether. Every Sunday afternoon, I'm coming to you with a subject somehow connected to investing in properties. I also run my YouTube channel, Fairhouse Investments. So if you're interested in anything connected to investing in properties in UK, or you want to see my previous videos, you can go to YouTube Fairhouse Investments channel and you will find my previous videos there. Today I want to tell you a little bit about JV joint ventures, how we partnership in investing in properties. So a real joint venture, real estate joint venture is a deal between multiple parties to work together and combine resources to develop a real estate project. Most large projects are financed and developed as a result of real estate joint ventures. Joint ventures allow real estate operators, individuals with extensive experience managing real estate projects, to work with real estate capital providers, so entities that can supply capital for real estate project. The basic principles surrounding real estate joint venture can be illustrated through the example. So Company X owns properties throughout the UK and also delivers hands-free rental properties to their clients. Usually their clients are high net worth investors from London and overseas. Company X is based in London. John was born in County Durham and grew up there. He still lives in County Durham and he's running his own property development company there. He usually acquires rundown 3-4 bedroom houses, refurbish them to single-let or HMOs, to remortgage and rent to the tenants, or to sell to as a turnkey projects to investors. He has a team of contractors and cooperates with a local letting agency. Company X wants to get into County Durham property market as the prices there are much lower as in Southeast. They want to buy, refurbish, remortgage and rent the property on behalf of their clients. Sorry, I use my notes because I don't want to miss something. So Client X gets into joint venture with John, where Company X takes care of the capital and John provides the expertise. The different players in real estate joint ventures. As I've mentioned, most real estate joint ventures are comprised of two separate entities: the operating member and the capital member. The operating member is usually an expert in real estate projects and is responsible for the daily operation and management of the real estate project. A typical operating member is usually a highly experienced professional from the real estate industry with the ability to source, acquire, manage, and develop a project. The capital member usually finances a large part of the project or sometimes the entire project. In real estate joint venture, each member is liable for profits and losses relating to the joint venture. However, the liability only extends as far as the particular project that the joint ventures was created for. So aside from this, the joint venture is separated from the members' other business interests. Very important. What is a typical structure of the real estate joint venture? In most cases, the operating member and the capital member of the real estate joint venture set up a real estate project as an independent LTD, special purpose vehicle. The parties sign the joint venture agreement, which details the condition of the joint venture, such as its objectives, the contribution of the capital member, how profits will be split, delegation of management responsibilities, and ownership of rights of the project, etc. However, a real estate joint venture is not limited to SPV. Corporations, partnerships, and several other business arrangements can also be used to set up a joint venture. The exact structure of the joint venture determines the relationship between the operator and the capital providers. I strongly advise you to not joint venture with people, a company, if you don't know them well. Every time you start a business, relationship with anyone, you must perform detailed due diligence on them. You can ask for the case study from previous projects, or if their partners agree to share the data. And definitely you have to check all the information available online. If someone claims he represents a company that it's at the market for a while, they must have a record of this. If you are not sure how long you want to create the JV partnership for, you can start your first project only with a JV detailed agreement. But remember, agreement is a must. Remember, in this case, there is also a downside, because formally only one of you could own the property. The second part will only have rights. The lenders don't like such structure, as they always want to have a first charge on the property. Therefore, it would be difficult or even not possible to obtain a mortgage for such a property if one partner's rights are officially registered. This is why it's very important to get into JV partnership with people you trust. Remember that if someone is not honest with you, no matter how difficult or how complex the legal structure you set, they could turn you down, or they would go away with your money, or sometimes ruin your reputation anyway. What are the key aspects of a real estate JV agreements? So the first most important part is distribution of profit. An important distinction to make when drafting the term for the joint venture is how the members will distribute profit generated from the project. Compensation may not necessarily be equally distributed. For example, more active member or the member that have invested more into the project may be compensated better than the more passive member. However, most of the JV partnerships I came across so far split the profit 50-50. Second very important aspect is capital contribution. The JV agreement needs to specify the exact amount of capital contribution expected from each member. In addition, it also must specify when the capital is due. For example, in case if the capital member contributes 100% of the capital, the schedule of the work is done and divided into 4 stages. A capital member then agrees to pay 25% of the required capital at the beginning of each stage, but only if the previous stage has been completed. The capital could also be contributed in a different way. For example, 75% by the capital member and last 25% from the operating member, or 50-50. In this case, usually, if both sides contribute 50-50 of the capital to the project, then the operating member also have a kind of fee, or just a monthly or weekly salary or wage. Third important aspect, management and control. A JV agreement is expected to specify in details the exact structure of the JV and the responsibilities of both parties regarding the management of the real estate. Exit mechanism, very important one. It is essential that JV agreement says how and when the JV partnerships ends. Usually, it is the best interest of both parties to make the dissolution of the JV partnership as economic as possible. For example, to avoid legal fees. In addition, the JV agreement must also list out all the events that might allow one or both parties to trigger a premature dissolution of the JV partnership. Because remember, it could happen that one of the members is just not honest with the other one. So the one who realized that the first one is not honest with him must have an option to get out of this partnership. Reason to form joint ventures. There are a few reasons why real estate development partners enter into JV partnership. First one is complements. So management partners bring industry expertise and put time and effort to manage the project, while the capital partner provide the capital required to fund the project. The second reason are incentives. Managing partners are often provided with disproportionate returns to keep them motivated to hard work. Third thing are structures. Investors possess limited liability and liquidation preference in case that the asset of the partnership is liquidated. Other uses of JV agreements. A joint venture agreement also enables businesses to take part in investment projects that they normally wouldn't be able to join. Primarily, it allows the company, like home company, to invest in projects in other countries by entering into a joint venture with a local partner. In this case, the home company may either be the operating partner or the capital partner. Many countries impose restrictions on foreigners to enter the domestic real estate market. In such cases, setting up a joint venture agreement with a domestic company is often the only way into the particular country market. Summary. First one, there must be at least two partners in JV partnership, the capital one and the operating one. Second, having JV agreement with a key aspect described: profits distribution, capital contribution, management details, and exit strategy is the must. 3, best option is to set a special purpose vehicle, limited company, but it is not mandatory, especially at the beginning of the cooperation. 4th, don't get into JV partnership with people or companies you cannot trust, you don't know at all, or especially if you know that they are not honest. 5, if it's set properly with the right and honest people, they would bring you the profit that otherwise cannot be achieved at all. For example, if your money stay on the bank account when you have them but you don't know how to invest, or when you take a role of operating member, if you have your expertise but you have no money to invest, you also won't get anything. So I hope you enjoy it, and good luck with JV partnerships. I use the company called Corporate Finance Institute to help me with this presentation. If you want to know more about investing in properties, you can go to my YouTube channel, Fair House Investments, and you will find all my previous live videos there. I wish you a wonderful Sunday and hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much. Małgorzata Kurzępa, Fair House Investments.